Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we will be discussing Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights. What happens when love becomes so intense it turns into revenge? In Wuthering Heights, passion doesn't heal. It destroys, tearing families apart for generations. And in today's world of toxic relationships and obsession disguised as romance, its warning is more relevant than ever. Today we're diving into Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights, a novel famous for its stormy emotions and even stormier landscape, the Yorkshire moors. To understand how love and revenge are connected, we'll break the story into clear moments, look at how characters transform, and explore what the novel is saying about relationships that consume rather than support. For those who haven't read the book, here's the essential story. Heathcliff, a poor orphan boy, is brought into the Earnshaw family and raised alongside Catherine. The two grow up wild, free, and emotionally inseparable. Their bond is intense. Catherine even says, "I am Heathcliff," but she chooses to marry Edgar Linton, a wealthy neighbour, because she wants social status. Heathcliff feels betrayed, disappears for years, and then returns rich and determined to take revenge. His revenge doesn't stop with those who hurt him. It spills into the next generation, trapping Harriet Earnshaw and young Catherine Linton into the emotional fallout. So how do love and revenge become so tightly connected in the story? What makes this relationship so intense that it destroys everyone it touches? To understand that, we need to look at the tragic heart of the novel, the relationship between Heathcliff and Catherine. Most love stories show love as something that brings people together, but in Wuthering Heights, love is a force that takes over. Catherine and Heathcliff don't just love each other, they define themselves through each other. This idea is clearest in Catherine's famous line, "I am Heathcliff." To her, he isn't simply someone she cares about, he's part of who she is. And this is dangerous. When your whole identity is tied to one person, any loss feels like losing yourself. So when Catherine marries Edgar Linton, Heathcliff feels not rejected but erased. Catherine's emotional conflict intensifies everything. She genuinely loves Heathcliff in a deep, instinctive way, but she wants Edgar's world of comfort, status, and safety. She tries to have both, the passion of Heathcliff and the respectability of Edgar. But this impossible attempt creates a storm at the centre of the novel. Her choice argues something important. Love without boundaries, love that wants everything at once, can cause chaos. Catherine's divided heart is a spark that ignites Heathcliff's lifelong revenge. When Catherine dies, you might think Heathcliff would finally move on, but for him, love doesn't stop, it mutates. His love becomes obsession, something darker, almost ghost-like. Heathcliff uses revenge to keep Catherine emotionally alive. He takes over Wuthering Heights, mistreats Isabella, manipulates Hindley, and later abuses Harriet. These acts are not just cruelty, they're the twisted continuation of his bond with Catherine. Revenge is the only thing strong enough to replace the passion he's lost. One of the most powerful things Bronte does is show how one destructive relationship can affect an entire generation. Hareton, the son of Catherine's brother, grows up uneducated because of Heathcliff's bitterness. Young Catherine Linton, Edgar and Catherine's daughter, becomes trapped in Heathcliff's scheme to gain control of both properties. Heathcliff's revenge isn't just personal, it becomes structural. It reshapes the next generation's lives, showing how emotional damage can echo across time. Thankfully, the novel doesn't end in darkness. The next generation, Hareton and young Catherine, slowly create a healthier kind of love. Their relationship is built on patience, forgiveness, small acts of kindness, and emotional growth. This stands in direct contrast to the wild, destructive love of the first generation. Bronte shows that not all intense relationships are doomed. It's possible to build love that supports rather than consumes. So why does any of this matter now? Because Wuthering Heights is more than just a gothic romance. It reminds us to look critically at relationships that confuse obsession with affection, drama with passion, control with love. Wuthering Heights shows us that love can be powerful enough to inspire both the best and the worst in people. Catherine and Heathcliff's story is unforgettable not because it's romantic, but because it reveals the danger of love without boundaries. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the novel and the themes, hit like, subscribe, and tell me which novel you want next. Thank you for watching.